Dear fellow South Africans. In this video I will try and unpack the current political environment in South Africa, looking at some of the main parties and what according to the average Joe they stand for or how they being perceived based on their manifestos as well as information gathered by interacting with their respective supporters. Let's start with the ANC. The ANC have been in power since 1994, which basically makes it 25 years, yes that makes it a quarter of a century. During their time they have been very vocal about how they managed to change the country since coming into power. Which on the surface does sound good, but when analyzing their achievements and compare that against the damage that have been done to the country and the people of this country, one have to take a step back and see that a serious change is required to ensure a better future for all in South Africa. The lack of service delivery, under-delivery with regards to what was promised on housing, lack of proper health care and collapse of almost every state-owned enterprise does paint a pretty ugly picture. Then if one includes all the corruption, state capture and general lack of making South Africa a safer place, one has to start thinking, hell no. I can't support you anymore. You have lied to us, you stole from us, and you underperformed in areas which we consider to be basic human rights. The fact that you were not able to meet your promises and our expectations can only be contributed to your leadership being interested in self-enrichment. When you have to stand up and defend yourself you always play the race and apartheid card. We are so over it, we not interested anymore in your black and white politics. We as citizens of South Africa deserve to be led by a party that does not focus on black or white and always try blaming someone else. But real politics. Cyril Ramaphosa might be seen as a new face, and welcome relief after Jacob Zuma, but fact remains, one does not vote for a person but a party. A new face will not change modus operandi of the ANC. Unfortunately, all their goals and information in their manifesto is under question since they have shown us that in 25 years of rule they can't deliver. Let's next go to BLF, a party that was founded in 2015, following the expulsion of certain member from the Economic Freedom Fighters. A party which indicated that they are revolutionary, anti-racist, anti-capitalist, anti-colonial, anti-imperialist, anti-sexist. Unfortunately the BLF party contradicts itself in one of the most important and basic points in South Africa, which is anti-racist. Their whole movement is around anti-white, anti-colored. Basically anti-everything that is not black. Which is fundamentally and according to the average Joe a clear sign of being a party that actually promotes racism. If the leader of this party actually believes information they put forward in their manifesto and their goals, one has to seriously question the intellect of the leaders. According to the average Joe, this party focused on getting support from the uneducated and making empty promises which is not only not achievable, but would cause anarchy in our country. Let's move on to the Democratic Alliance. The Democratic Alliance, founded in 2000, is a South African political party and the official opposition party. This party manifesto and goals is centered around the fight to build one South Africa for all. Where there's a job in every home, our communities and streets are safe, our borders are secure, basic services are delivered to all, and corruption is eliminated. They have tried to set high standard in the South African political landscape with regards to being a party for all races. One big concern with the Democratic Alliance would be their infighting and power struggles within the party. Their lack of service delivery is visible in certain areas, but considering the financial constraints due to current ruling party, they have not done a bad job to work with what they have control over. Their negative campaign against ruling party is not ideal, and should have been focused on their own achievement rather than pointing fingers to the ruling party. This is arguably the most difficult political party to lead in South Africa, due to their diverse support base. According to average Joe, this is the most racial neutral party currently in South Africa. Now let's look at the EFF. The Economic Freedom Fighters is a South African far-left political party. It was started in 2013 by expelled former African National Congress Youth League president. It promises to tackle corruption, provide quality social housing, and provide free primary health care and education for all, as well as proposing to expropriate stolen land, nationalize the mining and banking sectors, double welfare grants and the minimum wage, and end the proposed toll system for highways. Although on paper their views does sound good and strong, their far-left views does not assist in their campaign to win voters. There are various legal battles within the top leaders and family of the leaders pointing towards corruption and direct benefited from the VBS bank disaster. Unfortunately for a party to have such strong view on corruption, their leadership does leave a lot to be desired. The current leader is also well known for making remarks which by many is considered to be hate speech. I believe the self-enrichment goals of the leader of this party makes them even more dangerous than the ANC, due to some extreme far-left utterances and overall lack of understanding. Macroeconomic is also of great concern with some of their views. Similar to BLF, they believe that problems is solved by just handing money out to people without empowering the people to generate income. They counter this with their view to expropriate stolen land, but unfortunately there is no sound logic to these statements. Having land does not put a roof over your head, food on the table, or allow for proper health care and service delivery. Hard work and dedication is required. Last, let's look at Freedom Front Plus. The Freedom Front Plus is a national South African political party that was formed in 1994. Its current stated policy positions include a commitment to self-determination, in the form of a homeland, amending affirmative action and land reform to protect the interests of Afrikaners and protecting the rights of minorities in an open democracy. Their view on proposed privatizing of state entities, reducing the cabinet to 16 ministers, and opening affirmative action-free economic zones by doing away with race-based affirmative action, in favor of a merit-based system, and also their view that expropriation of land without compensation should be replaced by redistributing unused state-owned land and failed land reform projects. The above does resonate with various people from different walks of life, but, since they are considered to a party that focus on the defending rights of minorities, of which white Afrikaners makes up the majority, they are considered to be racist right-wing party. According to Average Joe, some of their views does have merit and shows a strong understanding of macroeconomics, but their view as right-wing party does limit their support and capability for change on certain point and goal that carry merit. There is number of other political parties in South Africa, but the above according to the Average Joe would be the parties that have done the most to affect change within South Africa. When it comes to voting, your vote does count. According to the Average Joe, if you don't vote, you're not in a position to complain about politics in South Africa. Average Joe would like to wish all of South Africa all the best for the future. We as citizens of South Africa have to work together to make this country a better place. We have to stand up for what we believe in, but also be considerate that not everyone share your views. Fight against any form of violence and corruption. Have respect for everyone in all walks of life. Refrain from supporting any form of discrimination, be it race, gender or religion. Treat everyone the way you would like to be treated. And let's make South Africa a safe and proud country to live in.